We want to talk about fire damage claims, especially with the holidays, Christmas right around the corner. We have a lot of holiday lights, a lot of people going to be overloading those plugs. Hopefully they won't, but you know, where should we begin as far as if we experience some sort of electrical fire due to these decorations?
Well, you know, first off, you need to have a fire extinguisher around. Don't throw water on an electrical fire, but you need to have a fire extinguisher around. And you know, this is an important part of the year because you've got the cold weather coming in. I think it's going to be cold in the next couple of days, and so you're going to have these space heaters that are going to be plugged in, and then also you add the Christmas decorations and the Christmas lights that we all like onto the same circuit, and all of a sudden you have a recipe for a potential fire. And the question is that if you do have the worst case scenario happen, if you know your fire gets out of hand, causes smoke damage, causes property damage, those kinds of things, what do you do? And generally, when we're looking at fire damage claims, we're looking at our homeowners insurance policies. And homeowners insurance policies are specific for the types of things they cover in a fire damage type of claim. Particularly according to you know what your policy says is how you handle your personal property. Do you have a replacement level if some of your personal property gets destroyed, or is it just do they get to offset some of the age of the items that are destroyed so that you get a little bit less of a recovery? So it's important that you understand your policy in the event that you do have a fire.
And you got to think these insurance companies are trying to get out there as cheap as possible in the event that you do find yourself in this scenario. Yeah, they sure do. And one of the things that you really got to do, and this is something that I always recommend to folks, it's a pain, but take your cell phone. Everybody's got a camera on their cell phone. Take your cell phone around and take pictures of your personal property inside your home. Because one of the things is after a fire and after everybody and all the animals are out safe, when you're trying to recreate what you had so that you can provide a list to the insurance company, a lot of times we just forget a lot of that stuff. And so having some photos of some of the things that you have around your house certainly will help, because I can tell you right now, if you can't put it into a list, an insurance company is not going to pay for it. You have to document what you lost. And if you can't document it, that's a get out of jail free card for an insurance company.
256-536-0077. That's the number to call. We'll go ahead and turn to our phone lines now. Larry, go ahead with your question.
Okay. My question has to do with, I was harassed many years ago, back in '07, and it was by a gang, and this gang is still in existence. Can I sue this gang and, you know, get reparations for all the harassment I had received then? And, you know, now it's okay, but back then it was pretty bad. You know, it really got nasty. And that was in March '07. And I'm just curious, can I go back that far back and sue a gang?
Well, most likely not. The statute of limitations in the state of Alabama to bring a claim for damage that was caused, you know, to you by someone else would be 2 years. There is some very limited circumstances where that statute of limitations, and when I say statute of limitations, what I just mean is time limit. There's the 2-year time limit, and you know, most likely 2007 is too long a time period for you to be able to bring a claim. Of course, if you do have someone else doing that kind of stuff to you, you can file for a potential restraining order with the courts to keep those folks away from you.
All right, thank you, Larry, for your call. Let's go to the phone lines again. We have Timmy on standby. Good morning, Timmy.
Good morning. You
can go ahead with your question.
I'd like to know how long it takes after you've been in an automobile accident to get some kind of compensation, which it wasn't my fault.
Okay. Well, that's a great question. You know, we hear that a lot, Timmy. The answer to your question is it depends. It really does. You know, sometimes we're limited by what the insurance companies you know, what the insurance companies are questioning. For instance, you know, I understand that you say it's not your fault, but an insurance company may be saying, hey, look, we don't think our guy was at fault. And you may be still recovering from your injuries. So a lot of times, at least in my practice of law, I want to wait until somebody gets completely better from their car wreck. In other words, they recovered from all their injuries until I make a claim. So you know, there's a lot of questions that I would have before I could give you an answer. But the overall answer is it depends.
Now, if you didn't get your question answered, remember you can always call our friends over at Timberlake and League.
Heath, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.